For me, the dub is the Super Bowl.
You can feel the energy.
It's like really deep insights of what it feels like being a developer.
Really?
Wow.
Okay, we open on black. The curtain slowly opens. Have a DeLorean on the stage. Tim Cook get out of that DeLorean, showing the phone with a flux capacitor.
I would probably not start there. I think is kind of geeky.
Are we gonna go again?
So we open on black.
Does it have to be black?
Doesn't have to be black.
It could be yellow. Now my mind goes into like a cartoon.
Imagine someone on their computer, they have an idea and like they push like enter or some red button and it goes out to the world. And then all of a sudden there's like millions of people around the globe that get to experience the thing that you've made. Are you actually able to do all this?
Maybe the title of the film should be Our Journey into Tomorrow. I see a little girl in an endless white room. She meets Craig Federighi.
Hi.
But we don't see him. We just hear his voice.
Not cool, not cool, not cool, not cool.
Now she's older and dressed for work.
There has to be action at this point, or like some sort of drama. She goes to work and discovers something catastrophic. Someone says,
We have a bug.
so she comes in and pounds on the keyboard. And the bug is fixed. Yeah, it's like a musical.
Musical.
Yeah, the bug, but a musical.
We fixed the bug!
We crushed the bug! We squished the bug!
We made an app! It's the bug! But a musical!
Wait a minute. Why not make arena rock of Dub Dub? There wouldn't be any pyro usually, but I think why not? Pyro is fun.
Do you think it would work?
You won't know if you don't try.
Good morning and welcome to WWDC. It's wonderful to see so many familiar faces with us today. We're excited to share our latest technologies with you and with the incredible community of millions of Apple developers around the world. Your creativity and groundbreaking apps continue to deliver new and meaningful ways to enrich people's lives. We applaud the extraordinary work you've been able to do throughout this challenging time. Last year's WWDC was our most inclusive and most watched developer conference ever, with nearly 25 million viewers. It was exciting to have so many people join us and to see the impact it had on new Apple developers as we broadened our audience, welcoming more people from more places around the world. We've continued to look for ways to help cultivate the next generation of developers, with an emphasis on those underrepresented in technology. We host entrepreneur camps for Black and female developers to foster the talents of future industry leaders. Our developer academies, including the newest in Detroit, prepare the coders of tomorrow with valuable tools and training. And Learn to Code offers an amazing curriculum for people to develop new skills and learn Swift. We are committed to being a force for change as we seek to make the world a better place, full of opportunity for all of us. This year, we're bringing you another online experience featuring over 200 in-depth sessions, one-to-one labs with Apple engineers, and so much more. We'll provide the tools you need to continue creating the world's most innovative apps that inspire us in new ways every day. And just like last year's WWDC, this entire conference will be made available for free. We've got a lot of exciting news and breakthrough innovations to share with you today. So let's get started by turning it over to Craig to tell us what's new in iOS.
Thanks, Tim. All right, let's dive right in. For many of us, our iPhone has become indispensable. And at the heart of iPhone is iOS. iOS powers experiences we've come to rely on. And this year, we were inspired to create even more meaningful ways iPhone could help you. Our new release is iOS 15. It's packed with features that make the iOS experience adapt to and complement the way you use iPhone. Whether it's staying connected with those who matter to you most, finding the space to focus without distraction, using intelligence to discover the information you need, or exploring the world around you. Let's start off with features that will let you stay connected in brand new ways. In a year when figuring out how to get face-to-face has felt more essential than ever, we've all found ourselves using video calling for just about everything. And when it comes to making calls that are easy, spontaneous, and connect us with the people who matter most, FaceTime is a standout. With its incredibly intuitive design and end-to-end encryption since day one, FaceTime is how we catch up with friends around the world and how we stay close to family members when we're apart. Enjoying these deeply personal moments over video can bring so much joy, but it also has its challenges. When talking in person, our brains process hundreds of social, auditory, and visual cues. When talking on a video call, many of those signals can get lost, leaving us feeling drained. So this year, we've set out to make FaceTime calls feel more natural, comfortable, and lifelike. First is a feature that makes FaceTime calls sound like you're sitting in the very same room. We're bringing spatial audio to FaceTime, creating a sound field that helps conversations flow as easily as they do face-to-face. Now your friends' voices are spread out to sound like they're coming from the direction in which they're positioned on the video call, making your calls more comfortable and more natural. Next, let's talk about two powerful new options for your microphone. The first is voice isolation. When you're on a FaceTime call, your mic is picking up a cacophony of sound. So in voice isolation, machine learning distinguishes these sounds, blocks out the ambient noise, and prioritizes your voice so that it comes through crystal clear. Check it out.
I wish I could be there.
Me too. Let me fix this. Better, right?
Yeah.
Thought she wanted for her birthday.
Sometimes, though, we want every bit of sound to come through. And that's when you switch to wide spectrum. In wide spectrum, your mic picks up an entire symphony's worth of sound, your voice and everything around you. Next, let's turn to video. When you want to see every face in the room, you can now turn on grid view, giving you another way to view your group FaceTime calls. Here you see people in the same size tiles, and you'll be able to clearly identify who's speaking while seeing everyone else's reactions. And to make your FaceTime video capture more beautiful than ever, we're introducing portrait mode, where we've taken inspiration from iPhone's stunning portrait photos. In FaceTime, portrait mode blurs the background and naturally puts the focus on you. Next, to help you schedule your FaceTime calls, we've created FaceTime links. Now you can generate a link for a FaceTime call and share it anywhere. It's a terrific way to plan ahead for a call. You can send the FaceTime link in places like Messages, email, WhatsApp, or jump into Calendar and make an event for your FaceTime call so everyone will know exactly where to meet and when. And it's not just Apple devices that can use a FaceTime link to join your call. Your friends with Android and Windows devices can use your FaceTime link to join the call right from their browser. And even on the web, FaceTime calls are still end-to-end encrypted, so your privacy is never compromised. Some of our favorite ways to connect involve more than just talking, like getting together for a weekly movie night or listening to an album with a friend that brings back amazing memories. We love enjoying shared experiences, and so we built SharePlay.
SharePlay is a powerful new set of features for shared experiences that you can enjoy when you're on a FaceTime call. With SharePlay, you can bring music into your call for a shared listening experience unlike any other. Watch movies and TV shows while having rich, real-time connection with your friends. And share your screen, giving you limitless possibilities for bringing apps right into your FaceTime calls. Let me show you how this works, starting with listening together. Say you're hanging out on a FaceTime, talking about a new album that came out over the weekend. With SharePlay, you can bring that album right into the conversation. When you're on a call, all you need to do is press play in Apple Music, and you can choose to listen together. And like magic, high-quality music playback will start in sync for everyone on the call. And you're still connected with FaceTime while listening. Everyone on the call can add songs to a shared queue, and shared playback controls let anyone press play, pause, or jump to the next track. Now, let's check out what it's like to watch together. When you're on a FaceTime call, jump to a streaming app and press play. And boom, you and your friends are watching the same video totally in sync. SharePlay is unlike any other shared content experience out there because it moves fluidly throughout the whole system. Maybe you want to order takeout while you watch. Picture-in-picture lets you see your friends and the video you're enjoying together. And controls are always accessible with just a tap. If the group wants to stay connected with no interruptions to the video sound, you can jump into messages and keep the conversation going there. And when the moment calls for a bigger screen, you can extend the video to your Apple TV and watch it there while sharing the moment with your friends over FaceTime on your iPhone. Even when you're using SharePlay across multiple devices, everyone will remain in sync. We wanted to make sure you have a ton of incredible experiences to share in FaceTime. So in addition to Apple Music and the TV app, SharePlay is designed to work with your other favorite apps and streaming services. With an API built for easy adoption, developers can bring their own apps right into FaceTime. And today, we're so pleased to announce that we're already working with some incredible partners. Watch blockbuster movies with your friends on Disney Plus and hit TV shows on Hulu. Catch originals from HBO Max and see your friends react live to a buzzer beater in the NBA app or a speed run on Twitch. Jump on TikTok to watch the funniest videos of the week, learn a new skill with a friend on Masterclass, and so much more. Finally, check out screen sharing. You can use it to browse Zillow listings live with your future roommates or show off a tricky move in your favorite game. Screen sharing is also a simple and super effective way to help someone out and answer questions right in the moment. And it works across Apple devices. So that's SharePlay, a whole new way in FaceTime to connect and share experiences with the people you love. Next, when it comes to staying connected throughout the day, our go-to is messages. And these days, so many of our conversations are inspired through sharing articles, photos, and more. So this year, we're introducing great new ways to enjoy all of this amazing shared content and the exchanges that follow. Here's Mindy to show you how it all works.
Thanks, Craig. I'm so excited to show you what's new in Messages. Let's check out my family's conversation. Everyone's sending me pictures from our fun trip down to Joshua Tree. Look at this brand new collage design. And this cool stack with even more photos from Taylor. I can quickly swipe through them, tap to view the full bunch, and even add a quick tap back. Now, let's see what's going on with my friends. They're always sending me all kinds of things, like this fun playlist from Leah, and this mission-critical article from Casey about what type of pizza is best. The thing is, the time when I receive this great content is often different than when I'm ready to enjoy it. For example, I'm not going to read this right now, but I'd love to the next time I catch up on the news. Let me show you something we designed just for that, called Shared With You. So now, if I head over to the news app, there's a new Shared With You section that conveniently surfaces that pizza article and a few from my other friends. Now that I'm ready to learn more, I can take a look and check this out. Up top, it shows me who it's from, and I can tap From Casey to pick up our conversation and remind her that deep dish is obviously the best kind of pizza. And then get right back to browsing. So now if I want to check out that playlist Leah sent earlier, I can head over to Apple Music. And it's right here. Let's take a listen. Love it. Definitely adding this one to my library. Now, one I really love is photos. Remember those great pictures from my family's trip to Joshua Tree? Well, over in the Photos app, the new Shared With You section makes it super easy to get back to them. They'll also appear in my featured photos and memories. And what's really cool is they're automatically brought over to my library too. So if I scroll back to that Joshua Tree trip and drill in, you can see all the great photos my cousins sent are right here with the ones I took, making my collection so much more complete with zero effort. And Photos is smart enough to only bring over the ones I actually care about, like the ones I was there for. So I don't have to worry about screenshots or memes cluttering up my library. So that's sharing in iOS 15. Back to you, Craig.
In addition to Photos, Apple Music, and News, we've built Shared With You into Safari, Apple Podcasts, and the Apple TV app. And if something especially important comes through, you can quickly pin it, and it'll be elevated and shared with you and places like Search. So that's Messages with Shared With You, bringing connection to the places you love to enjoy content. Together with SharePlay and other powerful updates to FaceTime, we're giving you even more meaningful ways to connect. Of course, that means making the time for it. So we have new tools to help you focus on what matters most. Today, iPhone plays so many roles in our lives. It's where we get information, how people reach us, and where we get things done. This is great, but it means our attention is being pulled in so many different directions. And finding that balance between work and life can be tricky. We want to free up space to focus and help you be in the moment. And that starts with notifications. They have a fresh new look, contact photos for people, and larger icons for apps, making them even easier to identify. Notifications are useful, though they can pile up throughout the course of a day, breaking your focus in those moments when you're trying to get in the zone. And the truth is, while some notifications require your immediate attention, others could be dealt with later. To help you engage on your own time, we're introducing the Notification Summary, a helpful collection of your notifications you can schedule to be delivered at any time you choose, like in the morning and evening. We use on-device intelligence based on how you interact with your apps to arrange the summary, so it's easy to quickly catch up. Notifications in the summary are ordered by priority, with the most relevant ones rising to the top. Notifications from people will not end up in the summary, so you won't miss important messages as they come in. If now really isn't a good time, you can use Do Not Disturb to silence all notifications. And it turns out, it's even easier to step away and focus if people know we're busy. So we created an easy way to signal to others when you're doing that. Now, when you're using Do Not Disturb, your status is automatically displayed in Messages. When you reach out to someone who's indicated they don't want to be disturbed, you'll be reminded in that moment. And for truly urgent messages, there's a way to get through. While an important part of finding focus is about reducing distraction from others, it's also about drawing boundaries for yourself. There may be periods in your day when you want to be totally focused on work, or maybe you just want to be fully present with your family at dinner. In these moments, you can use Do Not Disturb or strike more of a balance with Focus. Focus is a new way to match your device to your current mindset. With Focus, all you have to do is choose what you want to focus on. You can carve out time in your day for work or your personal life. When setting up a Focus, we use on-device intelligence about your past activity to suggest apps and people to allow notifications from. So if you're at work, you could choose to only be notified by coworkers or apps like Mail, Calendar, or Slack. You can even dedicate a page on your home screen to match your focus and organize your apps and widgets in a way that reduces temptations by making only your work apps visible. For your personal life, we'll suggest being notified only by friends and family, or apps like Calm. And for a home screen to match, you can have your favorite entertainment apps like YouTube or widgets for keeping up with your friends and family. We'll even intelligently suggest using a focus based on your context, using different signals like location or time of day. Of course, you can create a custom focus too. And when you use a focus on one device, it automatically sets on all your other devices. We think together, these tools are a really powerful way to help you find balance. Not only does iOS give you space to focus, it also uses intelligence to elevate your experience, helping you discover more in your photos, quickly find what you're looking for, and even relive special moments. Let's get started with a feature we call live text. Today, our photos are full of rich and useful information, from photos of places we visit to handwritten notes of family recipes. And now, live text unlocks this information in a way that's really natural. It starts with the camera. Let me show you. Let's say I just finished a meeting with the team, and I want to capture my notes from the whiteboard. I can now just point the camera at the whiteboard, and an indicator appears here in the lower right. When I tap it, the text just jumps right out. I can use my normal text selection gestures, just drag and copy. Now I can switch over to Mail and paste those in, and then send this off to Tim. How cool is that? And this is great for photos already in your photo library. Here's a photo of a friend. You may notice that here at the top, there's some text. Now I can just select it like this, and I have the option to use a lookup to find out more about this restaurant and even look up its location. Oh, and here's a picture from a friend. Now, you may notice here in the background is a phone number. I can just zoom in, and with live text, it's recognized with a link. I can just tap it and give this place a call, just like that.
Hi, Wanderlust Creamery.
Oh, whoops, sorry. Just applying a deep neural network here to a photo of your shop. No actual need for ice cream at this time. Gotta drop. Bye. Live text works with photos across the entire system, including screenshots, quick look, and even photos on the web. And it understands 7 languages, including simplified and traditional Chinese, and works across iPhone, iPad, and Mac. And it's not just text. You can also look up information on recognized objects and scenes. Just tap, and you can look up information like the breed of a dog or type of a flower. And this works for art, books, nature, pets, and landmarks. We're also making it easier to search for your photos by adding photos to Spotlight. Spotlight is the universal place to start all of your searches. Now, with Photo Search in Spotlight, you can quickly find your photos right from the home screen. Spotlight leverages intelligence from the Photos app so you can search by people, scenes, elements in your photos, or location, like San Francisco. And leveraging live text, Spotlight can even find text in your photos, which is great when you're looking for a photo of a recipe, a receipt, or even a handwritten note. We've also added all new rich results for contacts. You'll have quick access to call, text, FaceTime, or email them, and Spotlight intelligently includes everything related to them. Their location, if shared through Find My, recent conversations, shared photos, calendar appointments, notes, and files. And we've added all new rich results for actors, musicians, TV shows, and movies as well. That's Spotlight. Next, let's talk about how Photos uses its deep understanding of what's in your library to enable powerful emotional features like Memories. Memories intelligently curates your favorite moments, stitching photos and videos together into heartfelt movies. To take a closer look at what's new, here's Chelsea.
Thanks, Craig. This year, we've got the biggest update ever, including bringing Apple Music into your memories for the first time. Let me show you. Here in the Photos app, I can tap on the For You tab, and my memories are right at the top. Check out this beautiful new animated title card. Let's watch this one of my climbing adventures. You'll hear a relevant, personalized song from Apple Music that brings the memory to life. These new memories are built on the fly. They're interactive and alive, and are paced to the beat of the music. I can touch and hold to pause, and the music continues to play. When I let go, the pacing adjusts to get back on beat. And to see a photo again, all it takes is a swipe. To customize my memory, I'll use a new feature called Memory Mixes. I can tap to bring up the controls, then tap this button to jump in. Swiping on this carousel lets me try out different mixes with intelligently chosen songs, pacing, and a look to match. Notice how the feel of the memory changed with a calmer song, slower transitions, and a black and white look.
This faster song has a more energetic feel. And these looks aren't just filters. We analyze each photo and apply consistent color and contrast, just like a colorist at a film studio. To check out more intelligent song suggestions, I'll tap on the music button. You'll notice these top suggestions are a great fit for my climbing memory. With tens of millions of songs in the Apple Music library, experts have curated sets of songs that are combined with my music tastes and the knowledge of what's in my photos to create personalized recommendations just for me. I can search for a specific song by tapping on the magnifying glass, but I'm gonna go with something from my listening history. This song from Imagine Dragons will be perfect.
I'm on top of the world, eh? I'm on top of the world, eh? Been waiting on this for a while now. Paying my dues to the dirt. I'm on top of the world.
And I can keep watching related memories, personalized with my favorite songs from Apple Music. And now, back to Craig.
With live text, lookup, spotlight, and memories, iOS 15 elevates the iPhone experience with on-device intelligence. Next, let's talk about how iOS helps you better understand and explore the world around you with some great updates to Wallet, Weather, and Maps. To tell us about what's new in Wallet, here's Jennifer.
With the Apple Wallet app, we set out to replace your physical wallet. Starting with Apple Pay, we added payment cards to make payments safer and more secure. Next, we brought transit cards with express mode to your iPhone. You just breeze through the turnstiles in San Francisco, New York, Beijing, Tokyo, and more. And just recently, Walt Disney World added their park passes, creating magical moments as you tap to enter, ride, and explore. You can never leave home without your keys, so we're continuing to add keys to Wallet and making them even better. We started with car keys, which we're improving with ultra-wideband support for an unlock and drive experience. No need to take your iPhone out of your bag or pocket. BMW and others will ship cars with UWB starting later this year. With iOS 15, we're bringing keys for your everyday places to Wallet. Starting with where you live, we're creating the fastest, most secure way to unlock your house, apartment, or flat. And where you work, just add your corporate badge and tap to enter your building or office. And where you travel, with hotel keys, you'll automatically receive your key when your room is ready, even before you arrive at the hotel. Starting this fall, Hyatt Hotels will start rolling this out to over 1,000 properties worldwide, creating a faster and safer experience for their guests. Anywhere you go, just tap to unlock. An incredible range of partners for locks and access systems have signed on to support keys for all the places you go. However, to be fully free of your physical wallet, there's one more thing we need to bring to iPhone, and that's your ID. So we're bringing identity cards to Apple Wallet. This fall, you'll just scan your driver's license or state ID in participating US states. It's that easy. Your ID information is now in Wallet, encrypted and safely stored in the secure element, the same hardware technology that makes Apple Pay private and secure. And the TSA is working to enable airport security checkpoints as the first place you can use your digital ID. When you present your ID, you'll know what specific information is requested and securely presented. With just a tap, you're off to your flight. So that's Wallet on your iPhone and Apple Watch. Back to you, Craig.
Next up, Weather. The Weather app is incredibly popular, and it's getting a huge update. First, we're introducing a beautiful new design with data and layouts that change based on conditions, such as wind and rain, unhealthy air quality, or sunny skies. We've also added new weather graphics to help users better understand conditions like wind, UV index, and barometric pressure. And we've completely redesigned the gorgeous animated backgrounds. There are now thousands of variations that more accurately represent the sun position, clouds, and precipitation. And the Weather app in iOS 15 includes full-screen, high-resolution weather maps. These maps show temperature, animated precipitation, and air quality that provide a whole new way to see the weather around you. Next, we have some really big updates for another app our users depend on every day, Apple Maps. Apple Maps is the best way to navigate your world. It's easy to use and beautifully designed, while providing the confidence that your privacy is protected. Here's Meg to tell you more.
Two years ago, we started rolling out our new map, offering richer details and more accurate navigation to help you get around. Built from the ground up, we've launched our new map so far in the US, UK, Ireland, and Canada, and we're excited to announce we're bringing the new map today to Spain and Portugal, and later this year, we'll add Italy and Australia. Our goal has always been to build the world's best map. So we looked at everything we've done so far and asked ourselves, how can we push things even further? We started by building a gorgeous interactive globe that invites users to tap and explore. This is a whole new way of looking at the world. But it's in cities where we're taking Apple Maps to an entirely new level. Our current map is great, and our users have told us it's a lot more useful for navigation and exploration. But in iOS 15, Maps will offer incredible new details for commercial districts, marinas, buildings, and so much more. We've added things like elevation, new road colors and labels, as well as hundreds of custom-designed landmarks for places like Coit Tower and the Golden Gate Bridge. And we built a beautiful new nighttime mode with a moonlit glow. We think all of these improvements are going to make exploring a city so much fun for Maps users. And when a user is ready to go somewhere, Maps in iOS 15 will make getting there way better. Let's start with driving. We've added a great deal of new road details to the map so we can help drivers as they move throughout a city to better see and understand important things like turn lanes, medians, bus and taxi lanes, and more. This outstanding attention to detail, including the addition of crosswalks and bike lanes, will help drivers more safely navigate complex intersections. And when driving on highways, Maps now renders overlapping complex interchanges in three-dimensional space, making it much easier to see upcoming traffic conditions or to know which lane you need to be in. And of course, we'll be bringing this driving experience to CarPlay later this year. But it's not just driving. We've also made big improvements for transit riders by helping them easily find nearby stations. Users can pin their favorite lines to the top and even keep track on their Apple Watch, so there's no need to take your phone out of your pocket. Maps also automatically follows your transit route, notifying you it's time to disembark as you approach your final destination. And if you've ever exited a station, unsure of which direction you need to go, Maps will help get you back on track. Simply hold up your iPhone, scan the buildings in the area, and Maps will generate a highly accurate position, delivering detailed directions and augmented reality to help you complete your journey. We're launching this beautiful new three-dimensional experience in these cities by the end of 2021, with many more to come next year. And that's the all-new Apple Maps. Back to you, Craig.
So that's just some of what's new in Apple Maps. An incredible new way to explore the natural beauty of the world and an amazing new three-dimensional city experience with improved navigation. iOS 15 is a great release that helps you stay connected, find focus, discover more with on-device intelligence, and explore the world. And there's more, including voice search in Safari, powerful support for cross-app drag and drop, and new outfit options from Emoji. So that's iOS 15 with powerful new features that enhance how you use iPhone. And of course, one of our most popular accessories for iPhone is AirPods. To tell you about what's new, here's Guggen.
AirPods have helped us enjoy music like never before. And they've helped us stay connected in so many different ways, whether to friends and family, to our devices, or to our favorite entertainment. With iOS 15, we have some great new features coming to AirPods. Starting with Conversation Boost, which is designed to help people with mild hearing challenges stay more connected in conversations. Through computational audio and beamforming microphones, Conversation Boost focuses your AirPods Pro on the person talking in front of you, making it easier to hear and follow along in a face-to-face conversation. And to help you hear the conversation even better, you can also reduce the amount of ambient noise. Next, when you can't reach for your iPhone, Announce Messages with Siri helps you stay connected. iOS 15 takes this further with Announce Notifications. Now Siri can automatically read your important, time-sensitive notifications to you, like when your dinner has been delivered. And when you set a location for your reminder, like the grocery store, Siri will read your shopping list to you right when you need it. You can easily choose which apps to enable and select Do Not Disturb when you don't want to be interrupted. And if you're using the new Focus feature, your notification preferences are already taken into account. Next, we have significantly improved how AirPods work in Find My. With iOS 15, you can locate your AirPods Pro and AirPods Max using the Find My network. Your AirPods simply send out a secure Bluetooth beacon that can be detected by other Apple devices. They can relay your AirPods location to the network and then back to your Find My app. And if they're nearby, just choose Play Sound. Listen for the chirp, whether they're in their case or out. And the new proximity view in the Find My app lets you know when you're getting close. To make it even less likely to lose your AirPods, you can now receive a separation alert to notify you if you leave your AirPods behind. Finally, last year we introduced spatial audio with dynamic head tracking for AirPods Pro, and then elevated the experience even further with the high-fidelity audio of AirPods Max. Enabled by computational audio, the three-dimensional theater-like sound really makes movies come to life. This fall, we're excited to extend spatial audio to tvOS. So now you can enjoy the full surround experience tuned for the big screen in your living room without disturbing the rest of the house. And with dynamic head tracking, it properly responds as you move about the room. We're also bringing spatial audio with dynamic head tracking to macOS on our new M1-powered Macs, so you can enjoy spatial audio on all of your devices. In addition, we recently announced spatial audio for Apple Music with the incredible multi-dimensional sound experience of Dolby Atmos. And we're excited that it's available starting today, with albums from some of your favorite artists, like Ariana Grande, The Weeknd, J Balvin, and Casey Musgraves. With the benefits of Conversation Boost, the convenience of Find My, and the enhanced experience with spatial audio, there are some great new features coming to the AirPods family. Now back to you, Craig.
Just like magic.
It's time to talk about iPadOS. iPad is an incredibly versatile device with its unique blend of mobility, innovative technologies, and touch-first user experience. And this experience is powered by iPadOS. With iPadOS, we build distinct capabilities that make it possible for iPad to become whatever you need it to be. Like when you're browsing your photos, an iPad becomes an album of your most precious memories held right in your hands. Or when you pick up Apple Pencil and it becomes your notepad, a markup tool, or a canvas for new artwork. Or when you attach a keyboard and trackpad and it becomes a powerful way to work on your most important documents. This unique set of capabilities mean that you can get things done right in the moment and can seamlessly move from capturing and working on your ideas to sharing them. With iPadOS 15, we're taking this versatility further, making iPad even more capable and more intuitive. And we started right on the home screen with widgets. They offer beautiful, glanceable information at just the right moments. And this year, we have a big update. Now you can place widgets among the apps on your home screen. This is a huge deal. Let me show you how it works. Okay, here I am on the home screen. You can see that I already have a few widgets placed along the top. Let's start by adding a widget. I'll bring up the widget gallery. Here, you'll notice some new widgets, like the beautiful new Find My widget and the Contacts widget, which helps you reach family and friends with just a tap. Let's find a good spot for this towards the top here. Now, I'll go back to the gallery and grab the Parcel widget for tracking my incoming packages right on the home screen. Perfect. Now, of course, a bigger canvas means more room for widgets. So we're adding a new larger format for widgets designed just for iPad's larger display. Here's the new Apple TV widget. I can easily dive into my favorite shows with a tab. And here's my gaming page. The new Game Center widget lets me jump into my games faster and discover what to play with friends. And check out the new large size photo widget. It really puts my favorite photos front and center. And with this larger files widget, I can keep tabs on all my work projects. Now with Pages full of these great widgets, some of my less frequently used apps have gotten pushed to later pages. We wanted to make it easier to get to all of your apps, so we've brought App Library to iPad. You can see all my apps are here, automatically categorized for me. And what's really cool is we built access to App Library right into the dock. So no matter where you are, you can always get to your apps. And now that you have App Library, you can hide pages that you no longer need. Just like this. And even reorder them right from here. That's Widgets and App Library. We think this is going to change how you get information and access all your apps on iPad. We also have a major update for another key part of the iPadOS experience, multitasking. This year, we've made it easier to discover, easier to use, and even more powerful. To give you a closer look, here's Shabam.
Thanks, Craig. In iPadOS 15, there's a new control that appears at the top of your apps. Tapping on it reveals the multitasking menu. From here, I can take an app full screen or work with two apps at the same time by creating a split view or slide over. I'll tap on the split view icon, and the app slides to the edge of the screen, giving me quick access to my home screen, where I can select from any of my apps. I've been working on a podcast, so I'll choose Ferrite. And now I can work with Ferrite and Notes at the same time in split view. It's also really easy to switch apps in split view. If I want to replace Ferrite, I can swipe down and Notes moves aside, letting me pick another app from the home screen. Let's select Mail. This works exactly the same way to choose a new app for either side of the screen. And we brought the same ease of multitasking to apps with multiple windows. In Mail, I can touch and hold on this message to open it centered on my screen. This allows me to read the entire email without leaving my current view. And I have the same multitasking controls here too, so I can easily move this into split view or slide over. But I want to save this email and come back to it later. So I can just swipe down to minimize it into a new area we're calling the shelf. The shelf gives me easy access to all open windows of an app. Let's go to Safari, and you'll see that the shelf appears automatically when I switch apps. I often have a lot of Safari windows open, many in split view paired with other apps. And now I can just tap to quickly switch between them. I can also add or remove windows right here from the shelf. And we've made the app switcher even more powerful. I can now create a split view just by dragging one app over another. So that's multitasking in iPadOS 15. Now back to you, Craig.
Thanks, Shabam. These new multitasking features will help our users be more productive and do even more on their iPad. And what's really cool is we now have a new set of keyboard shortcuts that let you do all of this without lifting a finger. iPadOS 15 also gives you more powerful ways to capture and organize your information with Notes. This year, we're adding powerful new features for collaboration and organization. First, we're adding mentions. Just mention someone in a shared note, and they'll get a notification linking them back. There's also an all-new activity view that quickly shows you what's changed in a shared note while you were away. And to give users new ways to organize their notes, we're adding tags. You can add a tag anywhere in your note, and then use the tag browser to quickly find your notes. But sometimes, you just want to quickly jot down a note to remember something important for later. And that's why we're taking notes system-wide with a feature we call Quick Note. Quick Note is a fast and easy way to get to a note no matter what you're doing. Here's Will to show you how it works.
Thanks, Craig. Starting a Quick Note is easy. When I swipe, the note appears out of the corner of the screen. Now that I've started a note, I can type, or I can write with Apple Pencil. It's perfect for jotting down something like a phone number. And when I'm done, I just swipe it away. Let's open Safari. What's super cool about Quick Note is that it's aware of the app I'm using. I'll start a new Quick Note on top of Safari. And now I can easily add a link from the website into my Quick Note. I can tap this link anytime to return to this exact site. Let's go to a website I added a link to earlier. A small thumbnail pops up in the corner that allows me to quickly get back to my quick note containing any useful information I found. You'll notice there's text highlighted on the page. I added this text to my quick note, and tapping on a link from a highlight takes me right to the content on the page. I can add a link from almost any app I'm using, including third-party apps. Here's a link from Yelp, and if I tap, it takes me right to the restaurant listing. I can swipe across my quick note to see my most recent ones. And anytime I want to see all my quick notes, I can find them right where you'd expect, in Notes. Now back to Craig.
Thanks, Will. So that's Quick Note, a new way to capture information anywhere. Quick Notes can be created on iPadOS and macOS, and you can access and edit them later on iOS. Now, let's talk about Translate. In just 1 year, Translate has already helped users make billions of translations on iOS. So we're excited to bring Translate to iPad with experiences that leverage iPad's unique capabilities, like practicing handwriting in another language with Apple Pencil, or translating right next to your document with Split View. And Translate was designed for conversations, so we're making conversations feel easier and even more natural with Auto Translate. Auto Translate detects when you're speaking and in which language, so no one needs to tap a button to respond. Just speak and let Translate do the rest. We're also excited to announce system-wide translation, so you can translate text anywhere. Just select the text and tap Translate. With live text, you can even translate text in a photo. System-wide translation is available on iPadOS, iOS, and macOS. And of course, you can download languages to use all of these features on device. Whether you're working on a document or meeting with someone, Translate makes iPad even more powerful. Now, let's talk about Swift Playgrounds and how it's bringing a whole new dimension of productivity to iPad. Swift Playgrounds is a great way to learn to code through a series of Apple-designed lesson plans that are interactive and fun. This year, we're taking it even further by adding the ability to build apps on iPad. You build these apps with Swift UI, which makes development easy. The code you write is immediately reflected in the live preview of your app. This new project type even works with Xcode on Mac. Swift Playgrounds now supports improved code completion, so you can just start typing and quickly add the suggestion to your code. You also have access to the whole library of UI components and the documentation to go with it. And if you're new to app development, there's a guide to creating your first app. While you're developing your app, you can run it full screen to try it out, and when you're ready, you can even submit it to the App Store. This is amazing. You can now build apps for iPhone and iPad on iPad. We think this will take iPad to new places. That's iPadOS 15, taking the versatility of iPad even further, with new widget layouts for your home screen, app library, and a redesigned multitasking experience. New note-taking and translation features, and the ability to build apps with Swift Playgrounds. Combined with the great new features we talked about in iOS, it's time to completely rethink what you can do with your iPad. Next, let's get into privacy. At Apple, we believe privacy is a fundamental human right. We don't think you should have to make a trade-off between great features and privacy. We believe you deserve both. Since the beginning, we've worked to help you keep your personal data under your control. And over the years, we've integrated powerful privacy controls into our operating systems, most recently adding privacy nutrition labels and app tracking transparency. Today, privacy is more important than ever, because when you use the internet and third-party apps, you can be tracked by a complex ecosystem of data brokers and ad tech firms, often without your permission. We don't think this is right. We believe in protecting your privacy and giving you transparency and control over your information. And to tell you about the new ways we're giving you even more control, here are Katie and Eric.
Thanks, Craig. Let's start with mail. If you're like me, you get a lot of marketing emails like this. What you may not realize is that many of these emails use invisible pixels to collect information about your mail activity, like when you open a message and even your IP address. We think you should be able to choose whether to allow this or not. So now in the Mail app, we're introducing Mail Privacy Protection. Here's what it does. It hides your IP address so senders can't link it to your other online activity or determine your location. And it prevents senders from seeing if and when you've opened their email. So now you can catch up on email with greater peace of mind.
Safari leads the industry in protecting you against cross-site tracking with intelligent tracking prevention. And this year, we're making it even stronger by also hiding your IP address from trackers, so they can't use it to link your activity across different sites or learn your location. You can see which trackers are prevented from profiling you in the Safari Privacy Report. We wanted to bring this same transparency to apps you use too.
So we're introducing the App Privacy Report. This new section in settings gives you an overview of how apps treat your privacy. You can see how often apps use the permission you've granted to access your location, photos, camera, microphone, contacts, and more during the last 7 days. And to find out who your data may be shared with, you can see all the third-party domains the app is contacting. So these are our new privacy system controls. Now, let's talk about Siri. Siri is available across all of your Apple devices, allowing you to quickly get things done with just your voice. And Siri is being used more than ever on over 600 million devices each month. We recently added more diverse Siri voice options, and they sound incredible.
Hi, I'm Siri. If you need anything, just ask.
Now, Siri has a ton of great new features this year, but today we want to focus on a major update to privacy.
Siri is designed to process as much data on device as possible, keeping your information private. And with the power of the Neural Engine, we're able to do this more than ever. Today, we're introducing on-device speech recognition. This means that by default, your audio is all processed right on your iPhone or iPad. This addresses the biggest privacy concern we hear for voice assistants, which is unwanted audio recording. And this has some great benefits beyond privacy. First, you can now make many requests without an internet connection, launch apps, change settings, control music, and more. Second, on-device processing speeds things up. Check this out. I'll do a few requests back to back. Open Photos. Open Calendar. Turn on airplane mode. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Switch to dark mode. Wake me up at 7 a.m. It's amazing how fast Siri is with on-device processing. So those are some of the powerful new privacy protections in Mail, Safari, and your apps, along with on-device speech recognition for Siri. Back to you, Craig.
Next, another part of our ecosystem that puts your privacy first is iCloud. Here to tell you about some great new updates is Mike.
Many of us rely on iCloud to safely store a lot of personal information, and it's important to always have access. So let's start off with 2 improvements we're making to your Apple ID. First, we're adding a new way to get back into your account if you ever forget your password or get locked out. You'll now have the option to add people you trust, like family and friends, to a recovery contact list. They won't get any access to your account, but if you ever forget your password, you can call them to get the code you need to get right back in. It's fast, easy, and secure. Second, we're launching a new digital legacy program. We don't often think about it, but it's important that we can easily pass down information to family members or friends when we pass away. You'll now be able to add people to your account as legacy contacts. So when you're gone, they can simply request access and your information can be passed along quickly and easily. iCloud has always kept your important information like photos, documents, and notes safe, up-to-date, and accessible across all of your devices. And today, we're making some big updates. We're upgrading our paid subscription to something that we call iCloud Plus. iCloud Plus combines everything you love about iCloud with some great new features, starting with something to help protect your privacy online. On any given day, we all use a variety of networks to browse the web, from the internet in our own homes to public Wi-Fi on the go. And behind the scenes, network providers and websites can combine your identity and browsing history into a detailed profile about you. So now, in addition to everything Safari does to protect you online, we are introducing a new service called Private Relay. It lets you browse with Safari in an even more secure and private way. And the way it works is really cool. It ensures that the traffic leaving your device is encrypted, so no one can intercept and read it. Then all of your requests are sent through 2 separate internet relays. It's designed so that no one, including Apple, can see both who you are and what sites you're visiting. And it does all this without compromising performance. Next, let's talk about another iCloud Plus feature, Hide My Email. We've all had moments when we've thought twice about sharing our personal email address, like when we're filling out a form on the web. With Hide My Email, you can share a unique, random address that forwards messages to your personal inbox. And it's built right into Mail, Safari, and iCloud settings. So it's easy to set up as many addresses as you need and delete them at any time, keeping you in control. iCloud Plus also includes built-in support for HomeKit Secure Video. More and more of us are using security cameras to keep an eye on our homes. With iCloud Plus, you can connect more cameras than ever. And none of the video counts against your iCloud storage. It's just a part of your subscription. Of course, you'll still get everything else you love about iCloud, including photos, backup, and iCloud Drive. And the best part is, we're not changing our prices at all. You'll get all of iCloud, plus our new Private Relay service, Hide My Email, and expanded HomeKit Secure Video support for the same low prices we offer today. We're really excited to be giving users an even more private and connected experience with iCloud Plus. Now over to Sumbul for the latest developments in health.
Your health and the well-being of your family is always important to you, and never more so than this past year. Apple's commitment to health is stronger than ever. We're collaborating with medical experts to accelerate health innovation, and we're empowering individuals to improve their health as well as make it easier for them to participate in large-scale research studies. With our APIs, developers are using our devices and health app to come up with ingenious ways to push things forward. Here's an example.
I'm Francoise Marble. I'm a cardiology fellow at Johns Hopkins.
Seth Martin, I'm also a cardiologist at Johns Hopkins.
Seth and I spend our days alongside our patients at the bedside. 6 white coats hovering over a bed. And we're trying to actually share what the patient's condition is, how they need to improve their life. We use medical jargon, we speak quickly, we confuse patients, and they're left on their own. There has to be a better way than just treating a patient, handing them a bunch of papers, and expecting that they're going to understand how to change their life. We thought, well, what if we completely re-engineer the process for a heart attack patient by using Research Kit, Care Kit, Health Kit, and then connecting it with an Apple Watch so we can bring in key cardiovascular metrics that help us to know patients are doing well.
When Francoise was in the Technology Accelerator program at Hopkins, the work there led to this phone call with Apple. And towards the end of the phone call, Francoise said to Divya at Apple, what can we do to accelerate this? And Divya said,
you guys gotta come out to Cupertino. Let's turn your vision into reality.
And we had a Silicon Valley Airbnb, and we started side by side coding with our iOS developers. And then every couple hours,
we would talk about their vision and the tools they could leverage.
We'd go to a whiteboard and we'd lay out,
here are the things you guys should go tackle.
And we go back to our Airbnb, pour more coffee, order some bubble teas, eat some food. And then we would go into Cupertino.
They'd come back into Cupertino piled in a minivan
and spend almost a full day there getting more feedback, working with their teams. And then
they would leave our offices and work through the night building and implementing the things we had talked about. With our tools and their vision, we ultimately made magic together.
We left Cupertino invigorated. And guess what? Our clinical trial was able to save an incredible amount of people from having complications and come back to the hospital, and it reduced hospital readmissions by 52% and likely saved a lot of lives.
I remember we were just sitting outside, beautiful Cupertino weather, and it was just one of those moments where it dawned on us that Corey app was going to have an impact on so many people's hearts around the world.
This is the start of something incredible. It's the spark, and now let's light the fire.
This is just one of the many inspiring stories out there and is a testament to the innovative work happening in the medical community. A critical part of taking care of yourself is monitoring changes in your health, which can be subtle and easy to miss over time. So this year, we're offering 3 new features to help you to identify, measure, and understand those changes. And here's Aditi to tell you about the first of these features.
Let's start with mobility. The way that you move and walk can indicate balance issues and gait impairment. This is the leading cause of falls in adults. Currently, fall risk is assessed by a care provider through a questionnaire and an in-person evaluation. But this can miss out on your everyday movement, so important changes can go unnoticed. Your iPhone already captures mobility data as you walk with scientifically validated metrics. We're building on this to introduce a completely new way to assess your risk of falling, called walking steadiness. For the first time ever, you can get insight if your fall risk increases and take action early to improve your steadiness. Let's take a quick look at some of the science behind this. As you walk with your iPhone, the built-in motion sensors automatically measure how fast and how evenly you walk, the length of your steps, and the timing of each step, right down to how often you have both feet on the ground. Combined, these metrics provide powerful insight on changes in your balance, stability, and coordination. We used real-world data from the Apple Heart and Movement Study with over 100,000 participants across all ages. This is the largest data set ever used to study fall risk, and it's helped create this first-of-its-kind health metric. You can view your walking steadiness in the Health app. You'll see a classification of OK if the metrics show that you're stable while walking. You can see how your walking steadiness may change as the months go by and receive a notification if your steadiness is low or very low and you're at increased risk of falling. You can also learn how to improve your steadiness. There are movement exercises right in the Health app, and these can help you increase your strength and balance and reduce your risk of falling. Now back to Symbol to tell you about another way to monitor health changes.
You can already view lab results like your cholesterol right in the Health app. In the US alone, 14 billion clinical laboratory tests are performed each year. That is a lot of information to keep track of. When you see your own results come in, it can be hard to understand what these tests mean or what has changed. The Health app will now include detailed descriptions to help you better understand your lab data. For example, when you receive a cholesterol result, you can now see that the LDL is a bad cholesterol, and having too much may put you at risk for heart disease. You can also now see whether your labs are within expected ranges. Together, these views will help you get even more meaning from your lab results. Many health changes happen over time, so to better understand your health even more holistically, we're introducing Trends. You'll get insight on long-term changes across areas such as steps, resting heart rate, blood glucose, sleep, and much more. You'll also be alerted when there's a new trend in your data, which may be something you want to monitor more closely or even discuss with your physician. So if you're getting more daily walks in, your health summary will show that your steps taken have increased over the last few months. This is a great way to celebrate progress towards meeting your health goals and a powerful new way to get early insight into potential health issues. With Trends, walking steadiness, and a better labs experience, you have 3 new ways to see changes in your overall health. Another really important part of managing your health is having meaningful conversations with your doctor. During your visit, physicians look at your vitals and labs, but will also ask you about everyday health activities like exercise and sleep. And patients can often have difficulty remembering all of these details, but the Health app has all of this valuable information. So, to support this conversation, you can now share health data that you choose with your healthcare provider in a private way. For example, if you have a concern about your heart health, you can now share your heart data. This is shared securely. No one else, including Apple, will see this information. Your doctor can then view this data directly from their electronic health record system and look for important trends such as changes in activity and a history of alerts like high heart rate. Access to this information helps give your doctor a more complete view of your everyday health outside of the clinic. We're so excited about this new capability to share your data from the Health app directly with your doctor. These electronic health record companies in the US will be the first to support this feature, and we look forward to expanding availability even more in the coming months. Now, for many of us, it's not just the changes in our own health we care about, it's the health of our family and loved ones too, whether they live with us or far away. For some of us, that means taking care of our kids, and for others, it's our aging parents. And for many of us, it's actually taking care of both, generations above and below. To empower you to care for others, we're introducing Health Sharing, a private and secure way to view health data, trends, and alerts for the people most important to you. For example, I could set up a sharing relationship with my mom, and with her permission, I could view data like her heart rate, activity, and labs. And just like with my own health data, Trends proactively highlights changes in my mom's health data for me. I can also receive notifications, including high heart rate alerts, changes in mobility, and more. And it's easy for me to connect with her about her health. So if I see a noteworthy change, like her resting heart rate increasing, I can simply tap messages and start a conversation with my mom. This is a powerful new way to stay connected to the well-being of those you love. You'll have peace of mind, and they'll know they have a trusted partner on their health journey. Since the beginning of our work in health, all of our health features have been architected to keep your data secure and protect your privacy. Your health data is under your control and is encrypted in transit and at rest. The permissions built into the sharing experience give you granular control over which types of data you share and with whom. And you can make changes at any time right from the Sharing tab. Data you share is sent in an encrypted form, and Apple does not have access to any of this information. Privacy is fundamental in the design and development across all of our health features. We're so excited for what's coming in health. A first-of-its-kind metric to assess fall risk, richer insights to understand changes in your health, and completely new abilities for you to privately share selected data with your doctors and loved ones. Now I'll hand it over to Kevin to talk about watchOS.
Apple Watch is already the most loved watch in the world. It keeps you healthy, active, and connected. With features like fall detection, ECG, and cycle tracking, Apple Watch is an essential health companion. It motivates you to close your activity rings and transforms the way you stay fit. And staying connected to the people and things you care about most is easy with Apple Watch, all from your wrist. In watchOS 8, we're introducing more capabilities in each of these areas. Let's start with health. More than ever, people are realizing the importance of dedicating time to practice mindfulness. In fact, the Breathe app has grown in popularity, particularly over this last year. In watchOS 8, the Breathe app has been enhanced to give you more opportunities to slow down and be mindful, including a new animation that has a beautiful look and feel to help you center and calm as you breathe. We're also introducing Reflect, a new way for you to be more mindful. For example, a reflection could be, think about something you love to do and why it brings you joy. A gentle animation helps you focus. And studies show that regular mindful moments like this can lead to increased positive emotions and overall psychological well-being. The reflected breathe sessions live in the new Mindfulness app. This will help you reduce stress and relax your body and mind. With the Sleep app, we introduced an entirely new way for you to meet your sleep goals and track metrics like time of sleep, heart rate, and even blood oxygen. In watchOS 8, Apple Watch can track another key metric while sleeping, respiratory rate. This is a vital sign that measures how many breaths you take per minute. And since your sleeping respiratory rate tends to be consistent over time, a change may indicate a shift in your overall wellness. You'll be notified if a meaningful trend in your respiratory rate has been identified. And you can see even more details on respiratory rate in the Health app. Now I'd like to turn it over to Jules to tell you what's coming to help you stay active.
Apple Watch is the perfect companion to motivate you to be more fit. And watchOS 8 adds two of the most popular workout types that are great for bringing more mindful movement to your routine. First, a new Tai Chi workout. This Chinese martial art is thousands of years old and is often described as meditation in motion. Its gentle approach can help reduce stress and find a more peaceful state of mind. And a brand new Pilates workout type, which is one of the best ways to develop core strength, posture, balance, and flexibility. Of course, another way people are staying fit is with Apple Fitness Plus, the first service built entirely around Apple Watch. We've heard from so many of our users how it's making a positive difference in their lives. And now, Fitness Plus is introducing a new series of workouts featuring Jeanette Jenkins, one of the most sought-after fitness experts. With 7 workouts focused on strength and high-intensity interval training, she's bringing the fire and her belief that all bodies are made to be strong. Because music is so key to the Fitness Plus experience, we're introducing a new Artist Spotlight series. Each workout features an entire playlist from Lady Gaga, Jennifer Lopez, Keith Urban, and Alicia Keys. The Artist Spotlight series and the new workouts with Jeanette will be available later this month. With new workout types and great new Fitness Plus content, Apple Watch continues to be an incredible motivator to help you stay active and fit. Back to you, Kevin.
Let's talk about some new features to keep you connected to the people you love. Photos are a great way to relive your favorite moments and most precious memories. On Apple Watch, the Photos face is the most popular watch face. That's why watchOS 8 is bringing another great way to enjoy your favorite photos with the new Portraits watch face. It takes the great portrait photos from your iPhone and uses the segmentation data to create a multi-layered face with depth. And you can make this watch face your own by adjusting the photo's composition and time placement to really make the subject stand out. This is really great to see live, so let me invite Chandra to show you a demo.
Thanks, Kevin. Your photo comes to life when you raise your wrist. And as you scroll the digital crown, you get a view of the dynamic composition that makes this watch face extraordinary. You're gonna love how this face keeps you connected when you can't be face to face. Speaking of photos, the Photos app itself has been completely redesigned. It now includes memory highlights, featured photos, in addition to your favorites. If I tap into this memory, I can scroll through the all-new mosaic layout. My daughter Wesley and I adopted our puppy Fondue last year and are missing her during the day. The new Photos app makes it simple for us to quickly reminisce. This picture from my memories is a good one. I'm gonna share it with Wesley to remind her we're not always missing Fondue's best moments. If I tap the share icon, you'll see that we now have support for sharing photos via messages and mail directly from my watch. Let's get this over to Wesley. I'm gonna tap Add Message to show you that we've made it even easier to compose a message. We can now dictate, scribble, and add emojis in the same view. I always find it easy to dictate my messages. Remember this? If I tap Scribble, I can edit my text in line by selecting and deleting what I'd like to change. And I can use the crown to move the cursor and add additional text. And what message is complete without emojis to get a point across? By tapping the emoji icon, I can add multiple emojis while in the Scribble view. watchOS 8 makes it easy to send the perfect message right from your wrist. That was quick. Wesley must have the puppy on the brain too. And with gifts now on Apple Watch, I can reply as comedically as I would from my iPhone. In the new app shelf, you'll find hashtag images. You can search for the perfect GIF or choose from your recents. I think a facepalm best captures how this photo makes me feel. And that's a look at what's coming in watchOS 8 to keep you connected to the people and puppies you care about most. And now, back to Kevin.
We think you're gonna love these new features in Photos and Messages. And of course, there's so much more, including next hour precipitation, support for find items, and multiple timers. watchOS is the world's most advanced wearable operating system. And watchOS 8 takes it even further with new features to help you stay healthy, active, and connected. And now, over to Craig.
Let's talk about the home. At Apple, we design our products for the home to embody 3 key attributes, starting with being easy to use. We believe the technology in your home should work for you, not the other way around. And we design our products to work better together so that your iPhone, HomePod Mini, Apple TV, and other devices can leverage each other to deliver seamless experiences. And everything we do is built to be private and secure, which is so important to all of us. With this foundation, we have a great set of features coming this year to make life at home more enjoyable. To tell you more, here's Ya.
At the heart of your smart home is HomeKit, seamlessly orchestrating and controlling your smart home accessories. And it all starts at your front door. With our new Home Keys feature, simply tap your iPhone or Apple Watch to securely unlock the door, just like that. Now, sometimes when you get home, you just can't wait to watch your favorite show, so we made that easier than ever. Starting this fall, you can ask Siri on HomePod Mini to play something on your Apple TV, completely hands-free.
Hey Siri, watch the latest episode of Mosquito Coast.
Here's Season 1, Episode 7 of Mosquito Coast.
For many of us, the only thing better than watching TV is watching TV with friends. As you heard from Craig earlier, SharePlay is going to change the way you enjoy TV together. You can watch it all on Apple TV, in sync with your friends on FaceTime, ensuring everyone catches a movie's dramatic reveal or a show's punchline at the same moment. And to make it easy to see everything your friends are talking about, the Apple TV app will now feature a new Shared With You row, highlighting all the great shows and movies your friends are sharing in messages. We also want to make it easier to decide what to watch as a group, especially if mom's into action movies, grandma loves sci-fi, and the teens can't get enough comedy. That's why we're introducing a new row called For All of You, with a collection of shows and movies based on everyone's interests, perfect for family movie nights. And you can easily fine-tune the suggestions based on who's watching. Now, when you're ready to watch something, you want it to sound amazing. So this fall, you can select HomePod Mini as the speakers for your Apple TV 4K. With the power of computational audio, HomePod Mini delivers rich, balanced sound and crystal clear dialogue for everything you watch. HomePod Mini is perfect for any room, like the kitchen, where you can convert measurements, set a timer, or add to your grocery list. Of course, you can always listen to Apple Music and other popular music services. And we're excited to add support for lossless audio in Apple Music later this year. Because we want more people to experience the magic of HomePod Mini, we're now making it available in even more countries and regions. In addition to everywhere we ship HomePod Mini today, we're bringing it to Austria, Ireland, and New Zealand this month, and it'll be available in Italy by the end of the year. Also later this year, we'll begin bringing voice recognition everywhere HomePod Mini ships, giving each member of the home a personalized experience. So each person can ask Siri to send a message, set their own reminders, or hear a playlist curated just for them. We believe Siri is most powerful when it's available throughout your house, which is why we're so excited to bring Siri to third-party devices. For the first time, HomeKit accessory makers can enable Siri in their products, so you'll be able to talk to Siri on even more devices.
Hey Siri, set the dinner scene.
We've designed it so that your Siri requests flow to your HomePod without going to any third-party servers, providing the privacy you expect from Apple. Accessories-enabled Siri will be available starting later this year. And to make your smart home accessories work together seamlessly, we formed an alliance with other industry leaders to create a new smart home interoperability standard called Matter. It leverages the HomeKit technology we open sourced last year, and we're excited to announce that support is coming in iOS 15. You can control HomeKit and Matter-enabled accessories with the Home app. It's available across your Apple devices, and this year, we're making the Home app even better on Apple Watch. You can tap Intercom to broadcast a message or quickly access the accessories you're most likely to need in that moment. You can even see what's going on around the house. With a HomeKit-enabled doorbell, it's easy to see who's at the door and greet them right from your wrist. HomeKit Secure Video uses the on-device intelligence of your Apple TV or HomePod Mini to alert you when people, animals, or vehicles are detected. And this year, we're adding package detection, so you know when a package has arrived. And we're adding new ways to take advantage of your cameras on Apple TV. While viewing a camera, you'll now be able to control nearby accessories, such as turning on the outdoor lights. And you can even display multiple cameras at the same time, giving you a more complete view of what's happening around the house. Those are just some of the great experiences we're bringing to the home this fall. With incredible new features like home keys, share play for shared viewing, and access to Siri in more places than ever before, your smart home has never been more capable. Back to Craig.
Let's talk about macOS. macOS has always been about the fusion of power and simplicity. And with our current release, macOS Big Sur, we introduced a bold new design that gives users more control and huge updates for apps, all while making everything even easier to use. And when combined with the M1 chip, Big Sur delivers unmatched levels of performance and battery life. With people using the Mac more than ever, macOS has become an even bigger part of our daily lives. And our next release is focused on helping you do even more. But what should we call it? Well, that brings us to the latest exploits of our crack marketing team. With their annual Vision Quest postponed, our merry band of nomadic namers wandered aimlessly through the California hills before donning their technicolored wetsuits and immersing themselves in the inspiration of the beautiful rich waters of Monterey. macOS Monterey gives you the power to accomplish more than ever and helps you work fluidly across all of your devices. The incredible features we talked about earlier are going to be great for the ways you work on Mac, like the new capabilities in FaceTime, which help you look and sound your best while talking to coworkers or friends. With SharePlay, it's just plain awesome to watch movies and shows together on your stunning Mac display, or share an app window as you collaborate on a project. Shared with You offers a totally new way to discover photos, articles, and more that people share with you over messages right in your Mac apps. And when you're working hard on Mac, you can choose a focus that syncs across all your devices, helping reduce distracting notifications so you can get the job done. Plus, Quick Note and Notes give you versatile new ways to capture and organize your thoughts. These powerful features are just fantastic on Mac, and we have even more new features that make it easier to work across all your devices, starting with continuity. Every device we make is powerful in its own way, and when you use them together, you unlock new experiences that feel truly magical. This year, we've created a completely new way to work across your devices with greater precision and speed, and we call it Universal Control. With Universal Control, you can now use a single mouse and keyboard to move between your Mac and iPad for a seamless experience. Universal Control is so incredible, you just have to see it in action. Let me show it to you now. I'm putting the finishing touches on an illustration here on my iPad. It's the last piece I need to finish a presentation that I have open on my MacBook. Now, I'll just set my iPad down next to my Mac. And check this out. Without any other setup, I'm going to simply move my Mac cursor towards my iPad, and the iPad automatically recognizes it. And if I move a bit further, boom, my cursor is now on the iPad. How cool is that? And now I can move my cursor back and forth effortlessly between the two. Now it's easy to control my iPad with just the keyboard and trackpad on my Mac. For instance, I can click and close this document and flick on my trackpad to return to my iPad home screen. Of course, I can swipe between my pages of apps, and I can use my MacBook's keyboard to open Spotlight and say, Launch Notes, and even use Command-Tab to switch back to Procreate. This is really powerful. With Universal Control, I can even drag and drop files between my devices. I'm just gonna take this drawing I finished on my iPad and drop it on the Keynote on my Mac. Awesome. For our pros out there, Universal Control works with more than 2 devices. So let's add this iMac into the mix. Now I can use the trackpad on my MacBook to control my iMac as well. I can also switch to use my iMac's keyboard and mouse. And this is so cool. Watch this. Now I have a title text image I've been working on here in Procreate on my iPad. Now I'm going to take this image and drag it across all 3 devices and drop it in to Final Cut. Just like that. Let's see the final product. Nice. That's a quick look at Universal Control on macOS Monterey. Universal Control makes it effortless to move between your devices so you can be more productive and focus your energy on the task at hand. Another way our devices work great together is with AirPlay. We all love the way AirPlay lets us watch a movie or share a presentation from your iPhone to a TV, just like that. But there's another screen with its stunning Retina display that makes everything you watch simply amazing. That's why we're introducing AirPlay to Mac. It works just like AirPlay today, so it's instantly familiar. You can play, present, and share just about anything. As you draw a sketch on iPad, your colleagues can follow along on the bigger display. And you can even take advantage of any Mac's high-fidelity sound by using it as an AirPlay speaker. AirPlay brings your Mac to life in whole new ways. With macOS Monterey, your devices work together like never before, making it more fluid to work across them. And we're not just reinventing how you work between devices, we're also giving you powerful new tools to get more work done on your devices. The Mac has a long, deep history of automation with command line, shell scripts, AppleScript, and Automator. And on iOS, we've made automation even easier with shortcuts. Shortcuts take all the taps and swipes you usually need to order your favorite lunch and makes it as simple as tapping a button or asking Siri. Shortcuts is all about helping you get more done faster because you can let your device do the work for you. And this year, we're bringing shortcuts to the Mac. The Mac is, after all, where we turn for so much of our creative work. And now you can automate the everyday stuff to achieve peak productivity. You get access to a rich gallery of pre-built shortcuts designed just for Mac. You can set up a shortcut to instantly share selected files with your friends so they never miss a moment. And with the Shortcuts editor, you can easily link together a series of actions to design shortcuts for your specific workflows. For instance, if you're a designer, get right to work with a shortcut that opens Pinterest in one window, Affinity Photo in another, and starts your favorite playlist in Apple Music, all in one click. We've weaved shortcuts throughout macOS so you can run them no matter what app is open. They're in Finder, Menu Bar, Spotlight, and of course you can ask Siri to run them hands-free. Shortcuts is the future of automation on Mac, and this is just the start of a multi-year transition. Automator will continue to be supported, and you can import Automator workflows into Shortcuts beginning day one. With Shortcuts, there are more ways than ever to create, express yourself, and get stuff done. Finally, we have some really big news about an app that's central to the Mac experience, Safari. We built Safari from the very beginning to provide the best browsing experience on Mac, and it continues to blow the competition out of the water. Safari is the world's fastest browser. It makes navigating even the most complex websites lightning fast. And Safari is known for its legendary power efficiency. On an M1 MacBook Pro, Safari users can get up to 17 hours of browsing. And of course, Safari sets the bar for user privacy on the web with features like Privacy Report and intelligent tracking prevention. Our users are doing more in the browser than ever before. Work, school, shopping, entertainment. And that often leaves them with a lot of tabs, windows, and other distractions. We think using the browser should feel natural and uncluttered. So we've reimagined the browsing experience. We distilled the toolbar to its essential elements. Tabs are more compact, modern, and lightweight. And there's a completely new way to use tabs with tab groups. They allow you to easily save and manage your tabs without cluttering up your tab bar. I'll hand it to Beth to show it in action.
Thanks, Craig. Let's start with Safari's gorgeous new tab design. All of my tabs are right here in the new streamlined tab bar. One of the really cool things that we did this year is we built the search field right into the active tab. Safari is more space efficient than ever, and I can see more of the page. I can click on the active tab to see the page's full address, and then I can search right from here. Reader is in the tab bar whenever I need it, and everything else is right here in the More menu. Check this out. As I switch tabs, the tab bar takes on the color of the site that I'm viewing, so it feels like a part of the page. It looks beautiful. Next, I'm so excited to tell you about tab groups. Tab groups are an easy and lightweight way to save your tabs and pick them back up later. I'll open the new redesigned sidebar, and I have a few tab groups here already. Each of these groups is a whole set of tabs. I use them for meal planning, for news, and for gift shopping. Here in my Open tabs, I'm planning a road trip to Los Angeles, and I'm not done with my research yet. I can save these into a tab group and come back to it later. I'll click the New Tab Group button and call this Trip to LA. What's so powerful about tab groups is that they're on all my devices. I've got my MacBook here, and look, my new tab group is here already. As I make changes to my tab groups, they update everywhere. I'm gonna open a bunch of tabs, and my iMac just keeps up. And if I change my current tab, my tab group is always up to date and I never miss a thing. I can't wait to share these trip ideas with my family. And I can just drag this tab group into an email and send it off. Once you start using tab groups, we know you're gonna wanna get to them all the time, so we made it super easy to switch from right here in the tab bar. That's the new Safari on Mac. We didn't stop there though. Back to Craig to tell you more.
Thanks, Beth. When we were designing the new tab experience, we wanted to build something that worked consistently when you switch from your Mac to your iPhone or iPad. On iPad, the new tabs and tab bar work just like they do on Mac. Tab groups are especially helpful on iPad, and the instant syncing means you can continue a project from anywhere. On iPhone, we've done something really special. We took all the thinking that went into Mac and iPad and pushed the envelope even further. For this smaller screen size, we're introducing something that's easier to reach and maximizes the page on screen. The new tab bar appears with just a tap, and it's directly under your thumb. And when you scroll, the bar moves seamlessly out of the way. It's now easier and more natural to access your other tabs, too. You can just swipe over the tab bar to move quickly between them, or swipe up the tab bar to reveal a brand new grid view of all your tabs, plus your tab groups. When you get to the end of your tabs, you can swipe again to open a new one. And the new customizable start page syncs with Mac so you have the same Safari experience everywhere. There's one last feature that we're really excited to share: extensions. Mac users love to deeply customize Safari with extensions like Grammarly, Honey, and Momentum. And now we're bringing web extensions to iPhone and iPad. Just like on Mac, you choose what websites you want extensions to be active on, and developers can easily tap into an entirely new audience because these extensions can share code with existing Safari web extensions. This is a huge year for Safari. A totally new tab design and tab groups simplify your browsing. And Safari is more customizable than ever with the new start page and extensions on iOS and iPadOS. And with that, we have macOS Monterey. It's a fantastic release with great new features that help Mac users do more than ever. You can work across Mac and your other devices using Universal Control and AirPlay to Mac. It's easy to get productive and creative using shortcuts and the totally new design for Safari, along with incredible features like SharePlay, Shared with You, Focus, and Quick Note. We do have more we'd like to talk about, but first, let's get out of here. Probably should have just taken the car. As I mentioned a moment ago, we've made incredible advances in macOS and across all of our platforms this year. These are going to be awesome for users. They also create new opportunities for our developers, the heart and soul of WWDC. And to tell you about the new developer features and technologies we've been building to help you take your apps to the next level, here's our VP of WWDR, Susan Prescott.
It's such a privilege to come together with our developer community and to connect with your creative energy. Over the course of the week, Apple engineers are going to share all kinds of exciting new technologies and features that we think you're going to love. And there are a few announcements that we just couldn't wait to share. APIs that'll help you create even more incredible apps. Swift features that make the language both easier and more powerful, and App Store features that'll help you better connect with users. Let's start with APIs. And there are a lot of new APIs this year, like the ones for SharePlay that make it possible to build new shared experiences for iPhone, iPad, Mac, and Apple TV. And system-level enhancements like voice isolation, wide spectrum audio, and portrait mode that can work in any video conferencing app. New APIs for focus and notifications, a new extra-large widget size for iPad, the Screen Time API, always-on apps for watchOS, new advanced rendering APIs in Reality Kit. And we've gone even further in this release to make it easy for all developers to create realistic 3D objects with Object Capture. Object Capture is a revolutionary new API on macOS. Rather than manually creating 3D models, which can take weeks, Object Capture uses photogrammetry to turn a series of 2D images into photorealistic 3D objects in just minutes. Leading developers like Maxon and Unity are already using Object Capture to unlock entirely new ways of creating 3D content. It's as simple as taking photos of an object on your iPhone or iPad, then importing them into Cinema 4D to create a lifelike 3D model. For the first time, developers can generate an AR preview of the model to ensure they've captured what they need while on location. And Wayfair is using Object Capture to develop tools for their manufacturers, so they can use an iPhone and Mac to easily create a virtual representation of their merchandise. This will allow Wayfair users to preview more products in their homes with AR to make sure they choose the right product for their space. This is a massive step forward for 3D content creation. What used to be the most difficult and expensive part of building AR experiences in 3D scenes is now available to all developers in macOS Monterey. Object Capture and all of the APIs we've talked about today are built on the Swift programming language. Swift has made a huge impact on our app ecosystem, and today, the majority of the top 1,000 apps are built using Swift. To tell you about the improvements we're making this year, here's Ted.
Thanks, Susan. We designed Swift to make it easy to create great apps. It has an approachable, modern syntax, incredible runtime performance, and safety features that eliminate whole categories of programming errors. In recent years, we've worked with the Swift open source community to build tons of new features that make Swift easier and more powerful. And this year, one of the biggest features we're building into Swift is concurrency. Concurrency is one of the most requested features for Swift, and it's key to building apps that are responsive to user input while doing work in the background. Concurrency also makes it dramatically easier to write code that does work in parallel, so your app can take full advantage of multi-core processors. Without language features that simplify concurrency, you need to write asynchronous code that's hard to write, hard to understand, and hard to debug. Our approach to concurrency in Swift builds on the same core principles of Swift itself, making it easier to write fast, modern, safe code with fewer mistakes. We built structured concurrency deep into the Swift language and use the common async await pattern combined with a technology called actors. This means you can write code as a simple sequence of steps, with actors safely isolating parallel tasks from one another. So building code for concurrency goes from something complicated, like this, to something simple, like this. That kind of power and simplicity is what Swift is all about. And we're excited to share more with you this week. Now, back to Susan.
We created Swift and all of these other technologies and frameworks for one reason, to help you build the best possible apps. And the best place to discover those apps is on the App Store. To tell you about some of the exciting features we've been working on, here's Anne.
Since the beginning, we designed the App Store to be a safe and trusted place. Users can just focus on finding the right app, knowing Apple has reviewed every app to make sure it meets our high standards for security, privacy, and safety. And that's why the App Store now serves nearly 600 million weekly visitors in 175 countries and regions, making it a great business opportunity for all developers and an engine for innovation and growth.
And Apple has now paid over $230 billion to developers since the App Store launched. Today, we're introducing some incredible new ways to help developers like you reach even more users, starting with the app product page. This year, you'll be able to create multiple custom product pages to showcase different features of your app for different users. You can also try out different screenshots, videos, and even app icons to understand what users like most. These improvements will give you even more ways to tell the world about your app. It's also important to showcase the dynamic things happening inside your apps. The most popular apps and games are constantly introducing new content and limited time events, like Pokemon Go Fest, film premieres like In the Heights, and Nike fitness challenges. Events across the entire app ecosystem help users find the next big thing. This year, we're introducing new ways to discover amazing events like these. We call them in-app events. With in-app events, the dynamic content and experiences within apps will be front and center on the App Store, so users never miss a big moment. And this is huge for developers. In-app events can be surfaced throughout the store to millions of users, whether they're brand new to the app or they use it every day. You can showcase them on your app's product page. Users can learn more, sign up to be notified, or quickly join the action if it's happening now. They can discover events with personalized recommendations. And in search, our expert editors will curate the best and biggest events. And the new App Store widget will feature upcoming events right on the home screen. With in-app events, the App Store continues to be the best place to discover what's happening in apps and games. And this will be open to all developers, whether they already have events or they're just getting started. And now I'll hand it back to Susan.
There's something else we're doing this year, and it's going to take app development to the next level. It integrates the cloud with our developer tools in a powerful new way, and it's called Xcode Cloud. Today, creating an app requires multiple steps: building, testing, and delivery, and a number of different tools. Xcode Cloud simplifies the workflow by bringing everything together. So as an individual developer, you can focus your energy on being creative, and development teams can collaborate more effectively. Here's how it works. When you commit a change to your code, Xcode Cloud can automatically build the app. Because it's built in the cloud, your Mac is free for other tasks. And for teams, everyone can see if the change introduces errors so everyone can find and fix issues faster. Then, Xcode Cloud runs your automated tests in parallel so they complete in a fraction of the time, even as they simulate running on every kind of Apple device and platform. And the test results are displayed in Xcode, so you can easily see what worked and fix what didn't. Finally, once the app passes all its tests, Xcode Cloud can automatically distribute it to the testers on your team and even external beta testers with TestFlight. And all of these essential continuous integration and delivery features are right there in Xcode. So you can work without switching tools, and you can stay focused on your code. Xcode Cloud is the quickest, easiest way to build, test, and deliver your apps. And it's built with advanced security to protect you and your projects. Your source code is only used in a temporary build environment, and the only things Xcode Cloud stores are the products of the build. Xcode Cloud and TestFlight make it easy to distribute betas to users on iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, and Apple TV. And we want Xcode Cloud to be able to automatically distribute beta apps across all Apple platforms. To make that happen, we're bringing TestFlight to the Mac. So you can use TestFlight to easily test your Mac apps, including features like in-app purchases. Xcode Cloud is incredibly powerful, and we can't wait for you to use it and see how it will help you to build better apps faster. We'll be providing access to a limited beta starting today and expanding access to this free beta throughout this summer and fall. And Xcode Cloud will be available to all developers next year. We'll provide more details on pricing and availability this fall. We're really excited about these announcements, and these are just some of the highlights. We continue to innovate with the App Store and tools and technologies to help you do extraordinary things. And we're going to be telling you even more in sessions throughout the week. Now, back to Tim. But first, much better. Take it home, Tim.
Thank you, Susan, and thank you, Craig. And thanks to all of our presenters. What a big day of announcements and innovations for our users and our developers. We took giant steps forward with all of our software platforms, and they will enable our users and developers to do remarkable things. Our OS releases will be available as developer betas today, and each of them will have a public beta next month. And all of this incredible software will be available to all of our users this fall. I am so excited for these new releases and how they will make our products even more powerful and more capable. They will provide users new ways to enrich their lives and developers new tools to change the world. We hope you've enjoyed today's event and that you're excited for the week ahead. For those developers who want to take a deeper dive into our announcements, we have the Platform State of the Union coming up later today. And we have a week full of in-depth sessions and one-to-one labs with Apple engineers. We will also provide pavilions, daily recaps, and other experiences to help you get the most out of the conference. Thank you for joining us. Let's have a great week.